Attorney Michael Bivens.
Well, you can give yourselves another round of applause. It's a good time to be in Whitehall tonight. Thank you. What a fantastic night for the city of Whitehall. I have the pleasure of doing the opening address tonight. I've had the honor of serving alongside Mayor Maggard since 2016, and in that time, it's just been wonderful. Wonderful to see her passion displayed by the mayor and other community leaders as we work together to build opportunity in our city. I'm proud to be a part of that change and to stand here tonight celebrating recent progress, but not only recent progress, but to celebrate the future of our great community. Now, before I bring Mayor Maggard up, I want to set a foundation for this visionary servant leader. And I have to share the picture that I get in my mind whenever I think of her. And it comes from a poem that I know affectionately called The Plow, and I've modified it for this occasion. And that poem reads in this instance, her hand is on the plow, her faltering hand, and all that is before her is untilled land. The wilderness and the solitary place, the lonely desert with its inner space. The handle of her plow with her tears gets wet. The shears with rust are spoiled. And yet, she says, my God, keep me from turning back. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand to your feet and welcome our mayor, the Honorable Kim Maggard.
Well, wow. That part was not in his script. I can tell you that right now. So that blew me away. Thank you, City Attorney Bivens. You know, the city has been very fortunate to have such a passionate and proactive attorney. And thank you to all of you for joining us here for the 2022 State of the City Address. It's really such a relief to be out and to see all of you in person. Yeah, that's something to clap about. And not only are we gathering in person this evening, we're gathering in one of my favorite spots in Whitehall, the Whitehall Community Park, YMCA. And this facility continues to provide opportunities for recreation and training, and whether it's wellness activities or cooking classes, summer camps, or after-school programs. And so I'd like for all of you to join me in a round of applause to thank the YMCA for hosting us this evening. This facility is truly remarkable. I remember what it looked like before. And it took a remarkable effort on the part of the city, the YMCA of Central Ohio, and our partners and our citizens. Because of your enthusiastic support, you brought this Whitehall community YMCA and you brought it to life. And I think what I like most about this facility is the sense of community built into every inch of space, every nook and cranny, every room. And it's that feeling of purpose of community that earned this facility accolades throughout the region and the state. So I'd like to take a moment just to recognize our Parks and Recreation Department, who received the 2020 Ohio Parks and Recreation Governor's Award for the YMCA project. Congratulations to them and to the team for making this such a wonderful opportunity happen for the city of Whitehall. But you're going to hear some more from the Parks and Recreation Department later tonight. I'm not going to steal all their thunder. In fact, tonight we're going to share updates on a number of city initiatives that we're building up in Whitehall. But these opportunities do not happen in a vacuum. It takes partnership and collaborations at all levels. And with that in mind, I would like to thank some of our elected officials and partners in the room tonight. The first one I'd like to thank is our county engineer, Cornell Robertson. Could you please stand up so we could give you a round of applause? Thank you. And Cornell does such a great job, and I just want to personally say thank you. And I would like to ask any city council members to stand and our other elected officials to stand so we can give you a round of applause. Yay. And also, I would like anyone from the Whitehall City School Board to stand so you can be recognized. And also, we have Daryl and we have Jane over here. And we have former city attorney Mike Shannon. So, yeah, I found you, Mike. And do we have Superintendent Cherie Wells here? There she is. Let me tell you something. This lady has energy. Cherie Wells, she loves this district. And I've met with her, and just the love and passion that she has in order to lift up our students is amazing. Thank you, Cherie. And while it's important to celebrate our community partners, it's equally important to pause and recognize our public servants from within our own city organization. We are so blessed to have so many dedicated individuals who have stood out as members of our overall city team. It brings me great pleasure to thank those team members by acknowledging the city's 2021 Employees of the Year. And if you are the Employees of the Year from 2021 and you're here tonight, I hope you can stand or wave your hand when I call your name. Police Officer of the Year, Tanner Williams. There he's back there. Thank you, Tanner. Our Firefighter and Paramedic of the Year, Ben Leonard. Our Service Employee of the Year, Chuck Thacker. And our Administrative Employee of the Year, Casey Thomas. And there she's way back there. Yeah, she's waving. Thank you so much to each one of you for your selfless dedication to the job that you do every day for your organization and your community. Now, in preparing tonight's address, it would have been all too easy just to share the message that the state of the city is strong. But the fact of the matter is that the state of many cities throughout Central Ohio and all of Ohio have been jeopardized by the pandemic, the uncertainty surrounding income tax, and other factors beyond our control. And our Whitehall community has been hit just as hard. But what is within our control is our resolve and our commitment to this city to build up opportunity while also lifting up those who are the least among us, because that's what we're supposed to do. And that's what this community does. So my message tonight is that the state of the city is stronger for overcoming challenges of this pandemic, stronger for making those tough decisions and standing up for what is right, stronger for coming together to build up opportunity for everyone in this community. But as with most things worth doing in life, building back stronger has not and will not be an easy task. It's not easy. When I think back on the pandemic, I will forever be shook to my core how we were asked to stay home to stay safe, when home, for some people, wasn't necessarily a safe place to be. Or by how we saw crime trends grow across the nation as jobs were lost and secure futures were questioned. But where there is a challenge, there's another opportunity to grow stronger. The city attorney's office and their efforts throughout the pandemic is a great example of growing stronger. They worked tirelessly, day in and day out, to combat domestic violence and to provide support and resources to victims. Additionally, the city attorney's office partnered with the Derek Owens Group on criminal justice reform and on workforce development as a tool to reduce recidivism in our community. And since launching the program at the beginning of the pandemic, it has served over 750 individuals in our community. It's no wonder that this program is now serving as a model in Central Ohio and has caught the attention throughout the nation. Yeah, that deserves a big round of applause. So I'm going to ask City Attorney Bivens and his team to please stand and be recognized for their efforts. There they are. And when I think about programs like this fostered by the City Attorney's Office, I think about cities like ours that actually stand as a model in how to approach major, complicated problems on a local level. While national politicians fall to party politics and fail to build consensus, we as a local government leaders, we rolled up our sleeves, we're working to address the problems and to implement real solutions. In Whitehall, historically, one of our challenges has been crime. And I'm not going to shy away from saying that. I won't shy away from it because we have seen crime in Whitehall. We have also modeled an immensely successful approach to preventing and reducing crime through the Division of Whitehall's Safer Whitehall Strategic Plan. Here to tell us about the Safer Whitehall initiative is Chief of Police Mike Crispen.
Thank you, Mayor. And on behalf of the Division of Police, thank you to Whitehall City Council and to all our community members for your ongoing support of our efforts. Mayor Maggard mentioned the Safer Whitehall Strategic Plan. Now, after the first 3-year plan, we saw violent crime decrease by 27%, as you remember. Robberies decreased by 38%, and burglaries went down by 46%. Unfortunately, like all of our Central Ohio neighbors, I am not able to report tonight that crime in our community has continued to decrease in 2021. The reality is that while trends are improving overall, the pandemic has exacerbated root causes of crime, from poverty to alcohol and drug abuse to unstable home situations. In turn, this pressure is being felt by public safety agencies all across Central Ohio, the state and the nation, and Whitehall is no exception to this pressure, and we acknowledge that. What I am able to report tonight, though, is that while we have a plan for building up a safer Whitehall, moving forward, my team and I have empirical proof of what works, because we've done it and you've seen it, and what doesn't work in Whitehall, and we know what that is also. In 2021, we responded to over 30,900 calls for service. Just manning these calls alone is an immense effort, but building safety goes well beyond simply just responding to calls. It means being proactive, creative, and responsive to the community. So in addition to calls for service last year, our proactive efforts helped to take over $640,000 in illegal drugs off the streets, 340 illegal guns, and 100 stolen vehicles were recovered. In 2021, the division also launched a new youth diversion program connecting young community members with role models and resources. From this creative program, we saw immense success, with 76% participants completing the program successfully. Adding to our efforts to engage our young community, in 2021, we also continued our Youth Citizens Police Academy in partnership with the school and parks. I'm proud to share that 2 of our students qualified and passed the military entrance exam, while multiple other students have expressed a strong interest in becoming a police officer, something we're interested in. We also collaborated with regional partners in 2021. In September, we participated in a county-wide effort coined Operation Unity, which was a 24-hour effort to reduce crime. Together with our partner agencies in Franklin County, we contacted over 5,000 individuals with crime prevention education materials, and in a single day, we arrested 99 wanted felons and made an additional 79 felony arrests. Combating crime in our region will take this kind of teamwork moving forward, and we know that. It also will take a clear message, such as a zero-tolerance theft policy in which we hold habitual theft offenders accountable for their actions. As part of this effort, we've seen theft arrests increase significantly since the beginning of the first Safer Whitehall strategic plan. We also know that perception is also reality when it comes to safety, which is why we remain committed to hearing from our community, whether it's through our Safer town hall meetings or our community events like National Night Out. But adding to this year, I'm pleased to share with you that we have contracted with community engagement and polling company Polko to conduct a national law enforcement survey in Whitehall. The results will help us gain new insights into our residents' perceptions of crime. The survey will also allow us to benchmark these perceptions against other communities around the country. We also know that to continue to succeed in our safety efforts, we need more resources, both in terms of manpower and tools. To continue building up safety in Whitehall, the Division of Police requires additional officers. There is no way around this. When I became chief in 2016, the police department had 48 sworn officers. Today we have 54, working to protect our community. However, to meet the challenges of today and into the future, the division needs 60 officers. To accommodate these new officers and to make room for technology and other much-needed improvements, an expansion of the station is also required. You may remember that an expanded police station is not a new request. We have known that our facilities are inadequate and have been planning for an expansion since before the pandemic, but we deferred the project as core efforts focused on supporting the community and reserving resources in these uncertain financial climate. So I'd like to thank Mayor Maggard and City Council for their leadership in placing a new levy measure on the May ballot, which, if approved, would help fund these initiatives. Thank you again for your continued support as we build up safety in Whitehall.
Thank you, Chief Crispen. And building up safety in Whitehall continues to be a major priority for our city. Since becoming mayor in 2012, we have invested heavily into safety. With a 46% increase in the division's budget, that's nearly $3 million more annually, and this investment continues to pay dividends. Additionally, we have also leveraged state and federal financial resources, including over $1.75 million in COPS grants from the U.S. Department of Justice, which has aided in the hiring of new officers. But as Chief Crispen mentioned, we know that our work is far from over, and that to continue to build up safety in Whitehall, we literally need to build up police facilities and our resources. In February, City Council passed legislation placing a property tax levy on the May ballot. For 27 cents a day, or 20 cents a day for senior citizens, the average Whitehall resident can help build up safety. If approved by Whitehall voters, the levy would provide funding for 6 additional police officers to patrol our neighborhoods, prevent and solve property crimes, such as there are recent carjackings, and make a meaningful impact on putting an end to sex trafficking. In addition, an approved levy would also fund a 13,000 square foot addition and a 9,000 square foot renovation of the police station. This would include the addition of a new main entrance and lobby, which I'm pleased to share would be named in the honor of our fallen Whitehall police officer, Terry McDowell, who gave his life in service for this community over 20 years ago. Now, to learn more about Issue 10, the proposed levy, please join Chief Crispen for an upcoming Safer Town Hall meeting. And building up safety in Whitehall, however, it doesn't end with the efforts of the Division of Police. Building up safety involves unearthing and countering those core roots of crime, the same quality of life factors that Chief Crispen mentioned earlier. And this is why Whitehall has also been committed to improving the quality of life in a number of different fronts. We have grown stronger together through combating substance abuse, such as the Divisions of Fire's Safe Station program, which continues to provide a discrete pathway to addiction treatment. And we've grown stronger together through encouraging home ownership, such as the My Home and Home Rehab grant programs offered in recent years. We've grown stronger together by building opportunities for recreation, health, and wellness, an effort being spearheaded by the Parks and Recreation Department. Speaking of Parks and Recreation, see, I told you I'd circle back to this. In 2021 turned out to be a landmark year for the department. Recognizing that our natural amenities are some of our greatest assets. If you've not seen it, you need to go down at the bottom of the park. It's phenomenal. But we worked to secure over $620,000 in grant funding to improve access to Big Walnut Creek from Whitehall Community Park. And those improvements, which include 2 new access points to the creek, allow for canoeing, kayaking, and fishing, among other activities such as crawdad catching. I may have done that a time or two. And even more impressive, in 2021, the department led efforts to open not 1, but 2 new parks, Central Bark, Whitehall's first ever dog park, and Kelly Green. When Kelly Green opened in May, it marked the first new park to open in Whitehall since the 1970s. Programming for the Kelly Green is being funded in a large part by generous private donations, and we could not be more grateful. In the first year of Kelly Green being open, we saw over 3,500 attendees at the Market on the Green series. Better yet, beyond bringing the first ever farmers market to Whitehall, Parks and Recreation worked with vendors to accept over $6,000 in SNAP benefits and other benefits to help make the market and its bounty of fresh produce and other goods more accessible to everyone. The market was so successful, in fact, that it was recognized by the Ohio Parks and Recreation Association with an award in their health and wellness category. Well done to all involved. Thank you. And throughout the summer, community organizations were welcome to host activities for guests and families on market nights. One of my favorite activities was hosted by Carter Kindness, a homegrown effort by one of our young residents, Carter Kefauver, and his mother, Robin, to spread kindness through small gifts of gratitude and positivity. Carter is here with us tonight. Carter, would you please stand so we can all take an opportunity to celebrate the value of building everyone up with kindness. You know, it's just amazing how much sunshine Carter has brought to other people. And he is indeed someone we should look to learn how to be kind. Thank you. Thank you to Parks and Recreation for a fantastic lineup of events and activities and for your efforts to improve our parks in 2021. In the year to come, I look forward to you building community through your new collaborations with our youth sports leagues, senior center, and beyond. Building up community can also mean celebrating what makes us unique. And what a better way to do that than through art. It could not have been more fun to see the new mural at Yearling Center come to life this summer, bringing color and light to the central Whitehall location. That's amazing, I'm telling you right now. A wonderful palette. Thank you. We look forward to continuing these efforts and have already contracted with Catalyst Columbus to bring more community art elements to the new development coming soon to the corner of Broad Street and Hamilton Road. And to give us an update on that development and more, I welcome City Administrator Zach Woodruff.
Thank you, Mayor. Throughout Central Ohio, development is building up around us as we prepare for intense population growth that now is only going to accelerate with Intel moving to the region. To prepare, the city has been working to build up housing options. On this front, inclusive housing isn't just a byproduct, it's one of our main objectives. In the last 5 years alone, Whitehall has seen over 2,200 housing units completed, under construction, or in development. Once complete, a third of these units will represent inclusive housing of some kind. Included amongst these opportunities, the city continues to encourage home ownership. In 2021, we collaborated with the Whitehall Community Improvement Corporation, the Central Ohio Community Improvement Corporation, and their land trust to build 7 homes on previously vacant lots throughout the community. These homes allow qualifying families the ability to grow equity while containing the cost of the property so it can remain affordable into the future. While COSIC's $1.6 million investment into the construction of these homes is nothing to blink at, the investment will pale in comparison to the ripple effect these homeownership opportunities will have for years to come. At the same time, we were thrilled to participate with COSIC in the Next Home 2021 design competition, which challenged builders, designers, and architects from throughout the region to submit plans for financially and environmentally sustainable single-family affordable homes. With a winning home design selected, a model home will be constructed in Whitehall later this year. Our dear friend Curtis Williams, President and CEO of COSIC, is here with us tonight. Mr. Williams, if you would please stand and be recognized and thanked for COSIC's partnership and investment in our community. Thank you, Curtis. It is through innovations like these that Whitehall will build desirable and affordable housing options, both to lift up current community members and to welcome new residents. This hasn't happened by accident. The city has a long-standing policy of working with developers to ensure that new market rate housing comes online and at least 20% is inclusive. This policy is being put into practice at the new mixed-use development coming soon to the corner of Broad Street and Hamilton Road. Passerbys on the previous condominium complex may have noticed recent activity as we prepare for demolition this spring with our partners and our investment. And if you've been near the Broad and Hamilton intersection recently, you also may have noticed the Whitehall Division of Fire, along with local firefighters training in the vacant buildings, or wannabe firefighters. The Whitehall Division of Fire partnered with over 20 other agencies, including the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Drug Enforcement Administration, and put in 750 hours of training at the former condominium complex. And like you, I cannot wait for construction to begin. Once all 3 phases are complete, we anticipate over 250,000 square feet of office, 75,000 square feet of restaurant and retail space, and over 1,000 residential units, with 20% being the inclusive housing. And just as important to the community as this new inclusive housing is, are the job opportunities that will be spurred by this new development. Conservative estimates indicate the new development will bring over 3,000 construction jobs and over 1,000 permanent jobs to our community. To the mayor's initiative of building up community, the new development will also feature community art, will integrate seamlessly into our recreation opportunities in this Whitehall Community Park, and will be home to future cultural arts programming. So stay tuned to learn more about this development when we break ground later this spring. As the pandemic shifted workforce habits, with many businesses opting to move to work-to-home models, our efforts have been focused on attracting production and manufacturing jobs to Whitehall. Making a major success on this front, we recently welcomed Cerelia Bakery and their 120 new jobs to the Airport South Commerce and Tech Park. If you haven't seen their new state-of-the-art facility, which is 150,000 square feet of production space on North Yearling Road, I invite you to take it in. Cerelia is just one of 30 businesses to open in 2021, and I understand that representatives from many of those new businesses are here with us tonight. If you are from one of our new businesses, including our friends from Cerelia, if you'd please stand and be recognized. In addition to welcoming new businesses, we also have helped to build an environment to build up current businesses in Whitehall as well. If you've passed down North Hamilton Road, you've also noticed the new Buyers Auto Porsche building under construction, and while less visible, you've also maybe noticed the new service facility in the back, which has successfully doubled Buyers Auto's capability. These new projects built on previous investment made by Buyers Auto, and we continue to thank them as a community partner and thank them again for their support of the Buyers Auto Pavilion at Kelly Green. With so much development building up in Whitehall, the city has also been working to build up better and stronger infrastructure to support our growing community. This was evidenced by the largest infrastructure year in our city's history in 2021, with over $9 million in city, state, and federal funds invested into our streets, bridges, sewer system, parks, and rolling stock. Of this $9 million, over $5 million was funded by grants from the Ohio Department of Transportation and the Ohio Public Works Commission, leveraging our resources further to betterment of the Whitehall community. In addition to moving these major projects forward, we also took a step back to analyze our underground infrastructure assets and create plans for meaningful investments into our water and sewer systems. Accompanying that effort, we adopted our first ever complete 5-year capital improvement plan with over $52 million in street, sanitary, and water main projects planned from 2022 to 2026. As laid out in that adopted CIP, the city will oversee nearly $8 million in various infrastructure projects this year alone. Outside of the construction, our team is also fast at work preparing engineering plans, and one of the most significant projects will be the 2023 water line replacement project. This includes water line replacement on Main Street, Yearling Road, in the Hamilton Terrace neighborhood, on Etna Road and Sigmund Avenue, amongst others. This investment represents over $10 million and is aided by a $1.4 million grant the city is receiving from the Ohio Department of Development. Later this year, we'll start engineering the first phase of a 3-year complete street reconstruction of Broad Street. Anyone who has driven in the curb lane along Broad knows exactly why this is necessary. This project is being aided by $3 million from the Ohio Public Works Commission, and the first phase will be from our Western Corporation limit near Maplewood to Robinwood. This project will transform the Broad Street corridor for motorists and cyclists alike with a multi-use path and connection to the Eastmore Green Line Linear Park. The City of Columbus is building this Green Line, this linear park, along Whitehall's western border from Broad Street to I-70. And I'm excited for connections to the Green Line and to build up greenways in our region, because we all know that it is unsustainable with our population growth to continue to rely on cars alone to get us from point A to point B. We continue to build up opportunities for cycling and other active transportation. We also work to continue to reduce our reliance on cars to help build up better public transit options. For example, the city was an active participant in planning for the bus rapid transit system line along Main Street being designed through the Link Us initiative. Through quicker, more reliable public transit options, we can help reduce the reliance on cars and make commuting more accessible to many members of our community. Also representing a major advance toward sustainability, the city launched a new cart contents only volume-based garbage and recycling program in 2021. Representing no small effort, each home was provided with one free garbage cart and one free recycling cart, thanks to over $200,000 in grants from the Solid Waste Authority of Central Ohio and the Recycling Partnership. The results speak for themselves. In just 1 year, we saw trash tonnage decrease by 1/5, recycling tonnage increase 85%, and participation in our curbside recycling program jumped from 26% to 95%. The program has been so successful, in fact, that residents have asked for even more ways to recycle moving forward. So I'm pleased to share with you that through the success of the recycling program in mind, we're working with SWACO on bringing a composting and food scraps pilot program to Whitehall in 2022, with the potential for curbside composting on the horizon. It has been my pleasure to work on these projects and more, building up housing and development worthy of the future Whitehall. Thank you so much.
Thank you, City Administrator Woodruff. But before I get started anymore, I know that I see another elected official in the back of the room, Representative Herschel Craig, and I just want to say welcome. Welcome to Whitehall. Thank you. I know your schedule's busy, and I appreciate your attendance. Building for the future of Whitehall often means making hard decisions and standing up for what is right. In addition to welcoming new inclusive housing developments in 2021, I am proud to have worked with City Council on passing source of income protection legislation. This important legislation sends a clear message that everyone is welcome in Whitehall, including those who rely on non-traditional sources of income, like veterans benefits, alimony, or family support programs to help them pay rent. Again, it is innovative policies and programs like these that will continue to build up opportunity for everyone in Whitehall. But not all programs and initiatives have to be at this scale to make a difference. For example, just earlier today, the Division of Fire partnered with the American Red Cross to host a blood drive. And before our mask order was lifted, our Public Affairs Office partnered with Franklin County Public Health to distribute over 12,000 free masks. This event was so well received, in fact, that we ran out of all the masks in the first 30 minutes. I think it was very successful. And this past winter, the Pride of Whitehall worked with local businesses to adopt nearly 200 Whitehall students from underserved families so that they could too have gifts and necessities as our holidays approached. And when the weather was still warm in the fall, our parks team passed out free hot dogs and snacks to middle school students and hosted ice cream socials outside the senior center just to brighten our neighbors' days. Sometimes it's just those little things that helps make a community a real community. And in recognition of the standout efforts to build our community, each year, the city recognizes one standout resident and one standout Whitehall business leader as opportunity ambassadors. The first 2022 Opportunity Ambassador Award is going to a Whitehall community member who has truly done something every day to make Whitehall safer. And now I would like to welcome to the stage Janice Ritchie. As she's coming over, she's a member of Faith Lutheran Church and a longtime member of the FOP Auxiliary, through which she has organized countless fundraisers to help support the men and women in blue. Whether through these activities or her involvement with the Whitehall Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association, which we fondly refer to as WCP AAA, she's also a member of the Whitehall Mobile Community Watch and other volunteer activities. She continues to be a tremendous asset to the Division of Police and Fire. So we're gonna come over. I'll tell you, I don't think anybody could be more deserving. Now, our second Opportunity Ambassador Award is going to a true pioneer in the Whitehall business community. Please help me welcome to the stage Lois Collada, Chief Financial Officer of Priority Designs. This leader not only built up an extremely successful business, which has clients from around the globe interested in their first-class product development expertise, she then took a chance in Whitehall and bet on the adaptive reuse of an old car dealership as an opportunity for their new 45,000 square foot facility, state-of-the-art in Whitehall. And after Priority Designs moved there, she quickly immersed herself into the Whitehall culture, busying herself in making sure that she could serve the Whitehall community, serving most recently as the board president as the Whitehall Chamber of Commerce. And while Lois may be retiring, we know that her positive impact will be felt for years in Whitehall. And I would like to recognize one more elected official, Franklin County Commissioner Erica Crawley. You stand up, girl. Come on. There she is. I know she loves Whitehall, and I'm so happy you're here this evening. Thank you. And thank you to Janice and Lois for all you've done to build up the Whitehall community. Now, this is a little unconventional. We haven't really done this before, but what the heck? Okay. I also want to take a moment to make one final recognition tonight. For any of our current and former elected officials in the room, you probably know sometimes your task and your service can be thankless, right? But your efforts don't go unnoticed, and they're truly appreciated by myself and the community. And I would be remiss if we didn't pause to recognize our former city council member, Chris Rodriguez, who served the Whitehall community as an elected official for 20 years. Chris, could you please come up to the stage to be recognized for your service? I've known Chris since 1981. Thank you. I'm old, okay. He moved in next door to us, our family, and he was the most kindest, generous neighbor ever. And we would have cookouts, and we would borrow each other's rakes and blowers and all that stuff. It was great having him next door, and our kids played together. It was phenomenal. And Chris is one of the kindest, most generous person that I know. And I just want to say, wow. Just like each of these individuals recognized tonight, each of you in this room have a part to play in building up the opportunity in Whitehall. And I see it every day. And I want to say thank you, personally thank you for what you do to help your own neighbors. Sometimes I'll see people out on the street, they'll have a bag, they'll be picking up litter. They don't have to do that, they just do it. I see people helping their elderly neighbors down the street or shoveling their driveways and the sidewalks because we care about each other. And now that we're truly able to gather again in person, I hope that I can see you all at more community events as the year goes on. And as we get back to gathering, the city is proud to announce a new partnership with a startup, Yodel. Yes, it's called Yodel. With the help of Yodel, the city is leading an effort to bring event and program information together from multiple Whitehall organizations, from our schools and our libraries, our parks and recreation, the YMCA, youth sports leagues, places of worship, and more, into one centralized community calendar. So stay tuned for more information about this exciting new tool that's coming soon. And please stay engaged with the city throughout the year, whether through the city's website, social media, or the weekly Whitehall update. You may learn about current events and upcoming council meetings through the newly revamped Whitehall Wire News Update, made possible through a partnership with the Ohio Media School. I'm telling you, this is cool. It's really cool. In fact, Auditor Quinzel just happened to have a starring role on the website with Megan, so you'll need to go over there and look at the website and see it. You did a great job, Steve. Okay. Be sure to look for your Whitehall Wire News Desk-inspired coffee mug inside of your thank you bag as you leave. That's right, you're getting a little something for coming. Well, it's good, right? We like to give gifts. Yeah, that's good. When I saw the coffee mug today, it's pretty cool. Zach came into my office and showed it to me, and I said, well, I want one of those. He goes, yeah, Mayor, I was just bringing this to you. Yeah. And finally, immediately following the program tonight, I invite each of you to gather with us in the community room for refreshments from local restaurant Mad Greek. Please join me in thanking Khalid and his team for providing the delicious food for us tonight. Yeah. And thank you for joining me tonight, and thank you again to the YMCA for graciously hosting this event. And I cannot wait for next year to see what we've done in the past year as we build up the community together. Thank you. God bless.